All right, all right. Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so I am going to be doing a free read for one of my lovely subscribers at the tail end of this reading, so stick around to see if it's your name that I call. This is a today's topic reading for November 11th, so 11/11. And by the way, those of you who are new to my channel, just FYI, I always like to thank my subscribers for choosing to subscribe to my channel. And thank you for, giving my videos thumbs up. Those things really help to circulate my videos and help my channel to grow. So thank you guys in a heartfelt way, but I like to do more than just say it. So that's why I also choose at least one subscriber each week to get a free read with me. So if you'd like to enter to win, please just write the word compassion in the comment section so I know that that is someone who would like to be entered to win. I never want to read for someone unless you would like me to. So it's just a courtesy on my part. So let's get into this reading, shall we? Let's see where this one takes us. It takes us nowhere just yet. 11/11. Okay. Interesting. A little bit of a sloppy little shuffle there. We've got a 2 of staves. We've got a 6 of cups. We've got a 6 of sacred circles. And we got a 10 of swords. We've got a journey. We begin. Let's just start at the very beginning. We have a choice to make. I want to say that did this come out last night also? Somebody sitting here needing to make a choice. It's a choice to return to a soulmate. And then it's not just about returning. I feel like somebody is trying to gain a piece of wisdom. And I don't mean necessarily that they're asking someone who is like, an elder per se. I feel like it's representing the kind of universal wisdom somebody is seeking. If you look closely, this kind of looks like, first you could say a young boy and the grandfather. But if you look closer, this is actually like an apprentice and an alchemist. And then if you look closely at what he's got, he's looking at, a book that has sacred geometry, and he's got a compass in his hands, and he's got crystals and all kinds of different elements all around him, medicinal herbs. And we've got like contemplation of life and death. You see the candle is lit. That's representing life force energy. And then we see a skull next to it. So I really feel like someone is sitting here knowing that they're at a moment in their life where they have to make the kind of choice, but they're asking their connection to the universe, their connection to their guides, whatever they perceive that to be, in this lifetime. What is this person supposed to mean to me? I realize that I either have a choice right now to walk away from this and say, I'll see them on the next cycle. Or what is it that I'm supposed to understand about this person on this life cycle? And somebody is coming to an awareness that there is a soulmate energy here where it's past lives. And I only say that because we see the candle next to the skull. We see also the change, the aging process, child to elderly. It's as if we're talking about expansive time. We're talking about wisdom gained. We're talking about like, who is this person supposed to be to me in this lifetime? So our choice is more of I want to say a mental, emotional choice. It's not really like, where am I going to go? Am I going to go talk to this person? It's more, who is this person to me? What do they mean to me? Okay, now we're going somewhere. But I always look at this card as if it's representing our mind. It's this big kind of barren landscape, right? It's the place where we go to be alone, to think about things. 6 of Pentacles, it's how we balance out our energy. This is not just about equal give and take now. This is about, we have to balance our mind. So we have 2 6s sitting here also, and I think that's pretty significant. Someone is trying to find balance. I feel like the reason somebody is trying to sort through this is because they want to make sure that they're making the right decision, because this decision will impact them in a major way. That Ten of Swords is a closure of a cycle, a closure of pain. This is, these cards are actually really positive. And I would say that the Ten of Swords, on one hand, the act of closing a cycle is good, but there's been a lot of pain here. Someone is trying to decide, how does this soulmate fit into their life? If they let go of this soulmate and say that this has closed, this chapter has closed, I am letting this go, this has been a difficult experience, or is it something else? Are they saying, is this person a part of my life because they've helped me to choose to close a painful phase, a painful cycle? There is a question mark as to why somebody was in my life and who they have been to me. Someone wants to figure this out and quit thinking about it so that they can take action, is the way I would say that. Hold on, I have to be selective with this next deck, and I already know that was wrong. We'll probably go this deck, and this deck. Okay. So let me just ask this. Instead of, I feel like we're looking into somebody's brain right now who's asking, who is this person to me? Why have they been in my life? Let's get into the emotions instead. Go with the chakra deck because that's energy. How does this person feel about this individual that they are identifying as a soul tie, if nothing else? But how do they feel about them? Let's get out of their head so much and let's ask about, how do they actually feel? They feel Princess of Coins, Ace of Swords, and by the way, these are both reverse, as is the Two of Wands in the reverse, but then we have a Five of Wands in the upright. They can't figure out how they feel. They can't figure out how they feel. They feel on one hand like, I don't want to give to this, or my heart is like feeling closed off. Ace of Swords in the reverse. At the foundational level, I'm confused. That's a root chakra. So deep down, I am confused. My heart is like, I don't know why somebody's heart doesn't want to open up. But deep down, they're very confused. Two of Wands in the reverse with that sacral chakra. Somebody is, I feel like they're sick and tired of being in this place of not knowing who this person is to them. And Five of Wands in the upright. It's almost like they want to kind of like, like this is the throat chakra. They want to converse about this confusion. I feel like somebody is actually frustrated with how they feel. This is a frustrating thing. Why are they frustrated about how they feel? I mean, that should be a simple question. How do you feel about someone? How do you feel about someone? This person can't answer that. They're frustrated. Yeah, we'll go with this deck. Ooh, sorry, that wasn't a shuffle. I'm not taking that yet. It was a drop on my part. Why are they so frustrated and unable to answer the simple question of how do you feel about this person? King of Cups in the reverse, because their emotions are all over the place. Somebody is, they're holding back their own emotions. They're stemming. Why are they stemming the tide of their own emotions here? King of Cups in the reverse. Why would you prevent your emotions? Five of Swords, Five of Coins. There's been a whole bunch of hurt, and so someone is unable to deal with that. 5 and 5, things need to change. Someone is like wallowing in this kind of hurt. They're wallowing in this. They're so frustrated, but it's like they are left out in the cold after all kinds of conflict and fighting that led to tears and silence, that led to more silence. Somebody's been shut out. There's no more conversation because the last interaction was a fight followed by silence. There's a lot of hurt here. a lot of conflict. And so this person is now, they're saying, I don't even know how I feel about this person. But they're all over the map. And I said, why are their feelings all over the map? Because there was hurt. Why was there hurt? What happened? High Priestess, because there was lots of secrets. Lots and lots of secrets. Well, why were there secrets? Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, this should have been passion that was talked about, but instead passion turned to anger, frustration. Secrets because of passion. I don't understand. Someone, what did... I'm starting to feel like this is Seven of Coins sideways. I feel like this is a situation where there was a ton of miscommunication, misunderstanding, lots of reaction instead of conversation, instead of clearing things up, things left unspoken, things left in confusion, things left in a state of like, and time has already passed. And so it's feeling like this is a big drawn out thing, but nobody ever really put the effort in to clean things up, clear things up. But again, we had problems because we had things left unspoken. We had things hidden. Things were hidden because there was a ton of passion, but a ton of time has already passed. I feel like this is a situation where two people both really wanted each other. Well, then they need to work it out. There. Poof. All done. Reading over. No, it's not that simple. Nobody admitted what they wanted. The long-term... Why? Ooh, what are we? Fool in the reverse. Nobody was really willing to step up, take the leap of faith. Or one person wasn't willing to. But then that same person is irritated. So I don't know. Okay, I could see this in one of two ways. Either somebody was like, well, I want to know if, I wanted to slowly see if this would be something that I wanted to invest in. And then maybe I would be willing to take a leap of faith. But the other person was like, I don't even know what you want. You're making it seem like it's an option, or like you don't know what you're going to want. Well, that doesn't feel nice. That feels insulting. So never mind. Now I'm not willing to take a leap of faith. I feel like we had a whole bunch of misunderstandings, perhaps, or lack of sensitivity. Definitely really poor communication. Everything keeps breaking down to frustration. That's all I see over and over again here. So, all right. So somebody is now saying, this has been so frustrating. I don't understand what this is. I know there's a connection with this person, but it's been such a frustration, and it's been all continual conflict. Hold on. Let's ask, what would have been the resolution for this conflict? Six of Swords in the reverse. Quit trying to act like you're walking away when you don't want to walk away. Six of Swords in the reverse. We can't let this thing go because we're still out here in choppy waters. I hurt, you hurt. The remedy is admit that this is a mess and that this hurts. Admit that we need to deal with the fact that we got to at least calm this down. We can't walk around with these thorns stuck in each of our sides or in our thumbs, where we wound up, injuring each other. That's no good. So we need to instead first admit that we're in choppy waters, both of us. So that's the first remedy. This is too many cards. I don't like to take it when I get that many all at once. And they flipped and did weird things too. So hang on. Again, I'm trying to get this less scattered instead of more scattered. And I feel like this is kind of still a scattered read. Hierophant in the reverse. So I've asked, what is the remedy for the conflict aspect of this? This is like breaking away from the like routine and the expectations of how this was supposed to go. Also, we need to, if somebody's been like, okay, well, I want somebody to come in and I want them to say these words. And unless they say those words, it's not going to work. And then meanwhile, somebody else is like, okay, they need to come in and say that they're sorry. And I think both people have been waiting for the other to do what they think this is how this is supposed to go now. And neither person is doing that, but they both need to surrender that idea. This is breaking away from a rigid expectation, especially when these two already have one heck of a time communicating. Now we're not even communicating and we're expecting somebody to get in our heads and know how to behave and how to come forward. These two didn't even, when they used words, they couldn't get on the same page. How are they going to do it now in the mental realm of expectations when they won't even first both admit, this sucks. I don't like being out in the choppy waters. I think both of them are acting like they're fine, and I don't think anybody's fine in this. Okay. Whew. I'm tired. Okay, let's move on. So 6 of Cups. So this is where I said, like, somebody is trying to ask the universe, like, what am I supposed to do with this? Is this something we just can't make it right in this lifetime? Frankly, I don't think right now that this has actually been fully addressed in this lifetime. We got a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Absolutely no growth and a ton of all the potential for growth has not been invested in, and this is stubborn energy. There has been a ton of squandered potential here. So who is this person to somebody? Are they supposed to do this in this lifetime? There may not be growth here in this lifetime. Let's see. Page of Wands in the reverse. 9 of Cups in the upright. It's okay. Here's the way I would say it. This is either a situation where if we can break away from the stubbornness and the lack of action, we could sail into so much happiness. We could sail away together, or we could say, you know what? One person is like, you don't put in anything to grow with me. And the other person is like, well, you won't let me just have a little bit of spark and fun and not be sure about what I'm doing. I feel like these two have very different ideas. One is only a page. The other is a queen. They're both in the reverse, so they're not bringing out the best in each other. One person is saying, well, I want long-term steady commitment. The other one is like, I want passionate and adventurous. And neither one of us are on the same page like this. So either we can change that, get on the same boat and sail away to success together, or we can say, we are not in this lifetime. We're not even in the same maturity bracket right now. So it's time that we sail onward in our own separate ways, because this can be sailing after personal happiness. 9 of Cups. We need to separate to go our own personal ways, and we met each other to see and to be propelled toward going out and finding the thing that makes us happier. So this kind of connection, if somebody's trying to figure out what is this connection all about, who is this person to me, this part of the answer could be this someone who is instrumental in pushing us down the path to choose to ask ourselves, what really makes me happy? What kind of a partnership do I want? How do I want to be treated by my soulmate, by the love of my life? What kind of a relationship am I really hungry for? The only thing is if these two push each other into that thought process and they each get on different boats and sail away, those two boats could still dock in the same port somewhere else. Just because we go on different adventures doesn't mean our paths don't intertwine again. But someone is asking, what is this in this lifetime? Am I supposed to do this with this person in this lifetime? Well, it looks like there is a repulsion here for good purpose. Okay. So let's look at the Six of Sacred Circles. I should change decks again. Six of Sacred Circles. Let's go with this one. So this place of going into one's mind, looking at things, seeing things, trying to figure things out. Tell me about this. Four of Cups. Both people, you notice how his head is open and she's kind of sitting here actually holding it. That both of them are feeling like this is a missed opportunity. I know that this feels like a missed opportunity. What is it that we missed here? So it's funny because the Six of Sacred Circles is both people going into their own quiet space, their mind, and trying to get balance there. And what they keep coming up with is, why does this feel like such a mistake to part ways? But why couldn't we get it right together? They're trapped in that. Ooh, I almost want to take this, but it didn't technically pop out, but it would have been the Six of Cups in the reverse because I read it from my position, right? Six of Cups in the reverse would still be that it's like, okay, maybe we're not soulmates that are supposed to be together, but it feels like it's a missed opportunity in this lifetime. And then we've got that ratty-tatty little Hierophant that popped out sideways. Second time we've seen a Hierophant now. It's like, it's almost like two people are saying, I feel like we are a perfect match to the point where we just clash like cymbals. You know, you got to have two cymbals to make that big sound, right? But the sound could be deafening too. So they're both equal, like pieces of the musical instrument, but when they clash together, you always pull the cymbals back apart too, right? And if you clash cymbals at the wrong time, it's a disaster. It can wreck a great piece of music. That's the problem. Somebody's been playing the cymbals not in the right tempo or not set to the right music. What's funny is we have the Four of Wands that also, it didn't shuffle out per se. It just kind of like knocked itself off the deck and it landed over the other Hierophant card that is sitting off to my left, the one that we saw in the beginning that is turned upside down. Lots to do with nature, lots to do with trees here in both of these cards, and they're from two different decks, and I think that's interesting. This is about the nature of, like, questioning the nature of who am I, who is this person, and how do we interact? Why do we come across as we are rooted together, and there is great potential. Our souls are interwoven. We know that we're soulmates, and we can't seem to get a conversation going that doesn't wind up like clashing cymbals. But this is that heavy intensity of, and there's still things hidden away. We got, you know, other faces here. I feel like both people have other ideas in their head or other, Two of Pentacles, other ideas in their head. They clash with what their gut instinct says. You're important to me. I know that you're important to me. My head doesn't know what to do with you. And both people are under some impression that it's supposed to go a certain way. You're supposed to treat me this particular way. I want our conversations to go this particular way. It has to, because I love you and I want you to love me in this way. But neither one, I don't know, why are they having so many problems? I don't get why they're having so many problems. I mean, the lack of conversation is huge, but what's at the source of this? What is at the source? Three of Swords, the sensation of betrayal and absolute heartbreak. Both people are operating in a continual state of brokenheartedness. I am wounded. You hurt me. You broke my heart. 7 of Cups, and so much confusion because they feel like there's all this happiness that they could reach out for. They could get a hold of it, but they don't know how. Maybe they don't even know where the heartbreak is coming from. Maybe it's 2 people wouldn't commit to choosing each other, so it was always 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I mean, that's a disaster if you won't just say that you want to be with somebody. 5 of Cups in the reverse, 5 of Coins in the upright. All of this trouble comes from a continual sense of betrayal and confusion, a continual sense of, oh, I'm sure that you don't regret anything with me. I'm the one who's left out in the cold. I feel like 2 people feel the same way about each other. The source of all this, that, or, I mean, okay, let's backtrack and let's say one person is feeling like you've betrayed me so badly. And I don't know why you did that. Or they're saying you've betrayed me completely and the other person is totally oblivious and totally confused about that, thinking that what they did wasn't a big betrayal. And one person is thinking, I shouldn't even be sad over you. And the other person is like, I don't know why you can't just, like open up and put some energy in. I feel like we are at such odds right now. If it's not that both people think that the other one has hurt them and they're both waiting for the other person to say that I'm sorry, then it is that one person feels very betrayed and the other person doesn't see how that was a betrayal at all. So we've either got like 2 people, let's go back to the symbols only. This time now I want to talk about it being like oil and vinegar, which oil and vinegar is delicious together, but they don't quite blend, right? I mean, they do and they don't. My goodness. Hold on, we lost one. Okay. Fool card in the upright. So what needs to happen? What needs to happen is somebody's got to take a leap of faith toward each other, or they need to walk away and get a whole new direction. I feel like it's funny because we actually even have 2 fools here. We see the higher, like, self, perhaps, looking down at somebody taking a leap of faith and going off, skipping along. I'm really struggling with knowing who is who here. That's why I feel like it's both of them have these same ideas in their head. Look, I just don't want to deal with this anymore. I just want to go a new direction. This is too much for me. I can't handle it. It's too stressful. I just want to go a whole new way because I don't want to be made to feel like this anymore. And I don't want to feel betrayed and I don't want you to hurt me anymore. And we got the 8 of Coins. I just want to go and work on my own life. I just want to go and put my energy into my own life. The problem that I see here, and in fact, I shouldn't talk about problems. I should say, what was the purpose of this interaction then? And we've got the awakening. Okay, that's not a half bad reason to have all of this drama if it's going to lead to a true awakening, if it's going to lead to, ending a cycle and starting a new one. Learning about ourselves. I don't know if the 2 of them have anything later, or if the 2 of them basically learn more about themselves and about what they want in their next relationships. We've got this 5 of Swords and it's in the reverse. This is finally putting an end to all of the, the sensation of obstacles and arguments and hurt and defensive energy. I feel like 2 people are like really getting sick and tired of feeling this way, interacting this way. This could even be a situation where both people have felt wounded in past relationships. So then they, met each other, and because they'd gone through such similar things, they reacted in really similar ways, and they'd never met somebody who behaved basically as exactly the same way. I feel like both of these people get defensive the same way, get hurt the same way, have the same emotions about how you made me feel, but neither one recognizes that, wait a second, you're saying I made you feel that way. You made me feel that way. No, I didn't. You made me feel that way. I feel, sorry, all of my Mr. T necklaces are going crazy. We got a Queen of Cups in the reverse. There is this energy of, like, all of this happened so that maybe we can decide what to hold on to. Not the fighting, but hold on to the emotions that matter. This great awakening it's also about when to pull back. So all this happened just for the awakening. What does that mean, though? Because we've still got that 10 of Swords that we need to address. Tell me about the 10 of Swords. Ooh, 10 of Swords, please. Boy, I have like no space left, and I've used like every deck I've got. 10 of Swords, we have a 9 of Pentacles that came out sideways. This is like not truly feeling good about ourselves. So we're coming to an end of that. 3 of Cups in the reverse. We're coming to an end of worry, concern, fears. If there had been worries of, is this person cheating on me? Are they going to look for somebody other than me, somebody better than me? This is like, you know what? I'm never going to worry about that again in any upcoming relationship that I'm ever in. I'm not going to let myself feel like I'm not good enough. I'm not going to let myself continuously worry that I won't be chosen. I believe from now on, because remember, we've had an awakening at this point. I'm not going to be defensive. I'm not going to assume that it's like both people maybe had been braced for the idea that I'm going to find a romantic partner and then it's all going to go to hell, because that's always what happens. And subconsciously, they made that choice somewhere in the back of their mind and said, oh my God, I'm crazy about this person. I'm so drawn to them. It'll be a mess. And if that was a subconscious thought, like, oh, I know, though, they probably won't really pick me, and probably there will be a third party, and probably this will happen, and probably this will unravel, because that's always what happens. If somebody walked around with that fear in their mind, it's like that basically, even though we didn't even get that story, by the way, there wasn't anything like one person was cheating, one person was this. What we saw was two people feeling the exact same way about each other, thinking that you hurt me, you hurt me. No, you hurt me. It's like they're so similar. I didn't see all the cheating and all the ugliness, but rather two people so guarded. And now what we're putting an end to, thanks to all of this that has played out, is, God, I don't want to go through that again. I don't want that worry in my head or in my heart. Instead of two people walking away like utterly drained and saying, I don't believe in love anymore, I never want this again, they're actually leveling up and saying, I mean, look at how proud and tall she stands. This is like, I have been through my shadow work. I've been through my dark hours. I've been through my problems. And then I had to go silent, and I had to really like heal myself at that energetic level. And now here I am, kind of like resurrected and feeling strong in myself. I realize I've closed a cycle of my life thanks to my interaction with this person. This was a profound connection that has changed my worries that I'm not good enough, my worries that I won't be chosen. Ten of Swords in the reverse, my worries about being hurt again. So we've got 10 of Swords upright, and then a 10 of Swords in the reverse. Everything that we're putting an end to is the fears about getting hurt, about how things could happen. Queen of Pentacles in the upright. This is all about, what if I have something and I start to build on it with somebody and then it all goes away? That, I feel like there was a subtle sabotage in all of this all along, because of fears that surfaced again and again and again and again. Okay, so here's the thing. This is not a sad reading at all. This is actually one of those readings where it's like, wow, if two people came together to help one another push through that thought process, and so they both like went through that almost hand in hand, but they did it through challenging each other. It's like, okay, think of it this way. Two terrific athletes are on the same team, but they keep wanting to outdo each other, like so that I can run just 2 seconds faster than you can. And the other one says, no, I'm going to run 2 seconds faster than you. And they actually keep pushing each other to run a little bit faster, and they actually increase their muscles and their cardiovascular system, and they actually both become like incredible athletes. They were already good, they were already on the same team, but they became competitors on the same team against one another. But it actually served to elevate everybody, also elevates the whole team sport, elevates everything. Not saying that kind of competition is necessarily like, yay, let's be adversaries, not at all, but it does seem like that was the subconscious, without knowing it. I feel like that's what these two was adversaries and competitors against each other, even though they were on the same team. They both wanted each other. They both wanted the same thing, but they kept pushing each other. But in the end result of pushing each other is actually still working out to where everybody wins something, because we have the awakening. Okay, hold on. I'm not quite done with this one yet. I just have to put some of these cards and get them out of my way and shuffle back in, because I use like so many decks. And we're going to go into yet another deck here in just a second, because I want to see where this wraps up for each person. So I'm going to go with 2 more decks. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm just going to say person 1 and person 2. This isn't about genders. This isn't about anything other than person 1, person 2. All right, so person 1. So what happens in the outcome for person 1? Well, I guess that was weird the way that came out. It almost did. It almost didn't. In the end, we got the Hermit, and Hermit did come out and landed finally sideways. Someone's about to step out of their shell. Someone's done a ton of healing. Wow. A ton of healing and feeling really much more successful about themselves, much more confident, much more powerful. This is the wounded healer. This is someone's found their North Star, their inner compass, their guiding light. Someone has healed themselves. Someone's maybe become much, much, much more spiritually attuned also. Maybe is being really recognized for whatever maybe those are gifts that they possess, and they're now externally showing them, but they're getting recognized for it. They're still like maybe a little shy though. Okay. But they're also now really quite ready to communicate, to converse. Okay. Hold on. So that's person 1. Let's go to person number 2. How is person number 2 being left in this situation? Ooh, Death card, major transformation. Okay, so talk about some serious mirroring and reflections going on, right? Talk about a perfect reading for an 11-11. I mean, we don't know. We still got to get more cards. I have one more that's already popped out, and I don't know what it is yet. It still is face down over there. But the Death card and the Hermit, it's almost the same, in the sense of the Death card, we end something, and then we come out a renewed person. The Hermit goes inside to work on oneself. This is the difference is, well, actually, because of the way these 2 decks depict this, I almost feel like it could be the same card, because she's growing the flowers from within her, and now they're coming out externally. The Hermit has been silent, and now they're ready to come out and be more external. And we already saw them willing to be communicative. Death card is where we have to let go of one cycle, and then we shed our old skin, and then we come out a renewed person, right? But something had to end. It was very personal though. It was something internal for this person. just like that Hermit card. It was all about internal work. Now, not with every death card. This, I could have said, the other person says, oh, this is over. I'm done with it. I'm just starting a new life with somebody else. But this is actually all internal work according to the imagery on this card. Okay, what was the other? Two of Pentacles. They are now in a state of a combination of being balanced, but also wanting to know what they want to do next. So person number 2, they are at peace with the universe, right? You see the infinity symbol up here. So they've found a sense of connection to the universe in a slightly different way than maybe the Hermit. The Hermit called in, Aurora Borealis here and the North Star. This person has climbed up on top of a skyscraper and is balancing comfortably here above all the noise, all of the hubbub, and they are very comfortable knowing that there is a universal plan. But they're feeling more balanced. Can I get one more card here? What's happening with person number 2? Person number 2, we just got 2 cards. I can't really say that this is different. We've got the 3 of Pentacles in the upright, and then that Ace of Cups came out sideways. I feel like these 2 are ready to finally sit down and have a conversation, especially birds or messengers. This is like, let's build something substantial. Are we going to say that it's love, romance? We're leaping into love and romance today? No. Let's say, let's be open to building something, though. Let's make sure that, at the beginning I said, it's like we're trying to figure out who is somebody in our lives, where do they fit in my life? I know that there's a connection, that's undeniable, but I don't know who this person is to me. Are they someone I'm supposed to be done with? Are they somebody who I'm supposed to reconcile with? Why have I gone through so much wounding? That big question boils down to like both people having this inner work and kind of coming to the same conclusion. One person's now ready to talk. The other person is ready to put effort in and build. One person's feeling pretty confident now. The other person's feeling pretty balanced. One person has called in their inner healing from the universe. The other person has let some maybe ego or something die, and they've been reborn. It's an interesting thing because they mirror each other so much. But what sits now is still this energy of, if we could be basically really good together, good to each other, and fill each other's cups, where it's not like I'm coming in empty and I need you to fill me or vice versa, but rather we basically mix, I give you some of mine, then you pour some of yours into mine. We always have the same amount, right? I almost feel like this would be cups that are equally as full, and we always keep it balanced. So we slosh and blend our cups together instead of, one person ever depleting theirs and the other one having a little bit more. I feel like this is all about balance, and I would never interpret this card this way, but because of the way it came out, I have to. This is about transformation. This is about equality. This is like, we're not going to leap in and say that we're perfect romantic partners. We're actually going to be open to talking, communicating, maybe working together and seeing where this goes. I cannot even believe that this, especially with all the decks I used, oh my God, all the different cards that popped out. Like, that was a ride. That was a wild ride. That was so perhaps perfect for an 11/11 reading. Because it's, look, nothing is perfect, but maybe it is always perfect, right? If we're growing, if we're changing, both of these characters in this story developed themselves thanks to their interactions, thanks to their competitive nature, thanks to their difficulties that they experienced with one another. It drove them to their awakenings. Kind of an awesome 11/11 reading. Okay. I wanted to ask, is there any final message? I don't know why, but we're going to go with Lenormand. It's one of the few decks I didn't use. Now I've got like, I don't know, probably 8 others, but any final message, words of wisdom? I don't know what to say here. And then I'll go into that private reading. Well, not private, I do it publicly, but the free reading for one of my lovely subscribers out there. Okay, maybe I don't get a final message on this general reading, though. I don't know yet. Hold on. Nothing is popping. Nothing is popping. Okay, number 1, we have some synchronicity. We have 33, and it's the key. The key that opens up the birdcage, the key to unlock your heart, the key that opens up. I do look at the birdcage as if it's our chest cavity, and the rose is representing our heart. For me, flowers always represent romance. Anything that's a cage, I can always look at that as the rib cage. I cannot even believe this. The final message is, it is time to open everything up and to not hold hostility for everything that has already happened between this duo, because the truth is they are the key that unlocked one another. They were the missing piece. They were the perfectly balanced, perfectly matched 3-3. What an amazing read. It's also number 8 down here. So sorry, I just noticed that too, which to me, 8 is infinity symbol again. Somebody found their other half in that reading, and they went through hell. They each put each other through hell. They went through hell, and they came out better for it in that reading. So, okay. If you guys are still with me, awesome. I'm going to go ahead and jump into that free reading now. So the winner for this week, Nicola Chin. So Nicola, if perhaps you say Nicola, I don't know, but I say Nicola. I love that name. I think it's beautiful. Oh my God, I love, love, love Nicola. So forgive me if I've mispronounced it because I put a romantic spin on it, but I hope you'll accept that anyway. And your last name is spelled Chin, so Chin, however that is pronounced. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for your lovely comments and your lovely energy that you bring into my world. I want to just mention, of course, before I begin, I am not a psychic. I am not a fortune teller. I have no wisdom. I'm not a psychologist. I have absolutely nothing. I am literally a storyteller. I write, and I like the creativity of telling stories. This is like I'm about to write a short story for you, but I'm not going to use a pen. I'm just going to use my eyes and my lips. And that's what I do every single time I do a reading. So please know this will not tell you anything true about your life, past, present, or future. None of that. This is only for entertainment. So don't make life decisions off of this. Please know I truly subscribe to the belief, first and foremost, that it is our personal free will that allows us to choose what our reality will become. And I think that we manifest what we wish. So hopefully, have fun with this reading. If there's a message or something uplifting, hold on to that. If there's anything in it that positive, please don't let it get in your head. Please remember, you will always be the person of your own life and how you want your life to go. So on that note, let's go ahead, shall we? I think, Nicola, let's start with, we're going to use this deck for sure, but let's start with one I haven't touched yet in the other reading. Okay. May I just get, where's the energy right now surrounding Nicola? Emperor sideways. Somebody that you're contemplating, are they overpowering, trying to be rude, or are they somebody who comes on a little strong, doesn't mean to. Is it truly bad behavior? It's like you can see the good points in someone, the Sun card in the reverse, and you got the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So we're in a state of, I want to say a little bit of lack of clarity. There is great potential here, but it hasn't come together yet. It's like, could this person be my everything, my end all be all? Could this be the job of a lifetime? Is this a boss that I love? Or is this boss somebody where it's like, wow, am I going to clash? Or do they come on a little strong, but they're terrific? And over time, we would like build a foundation that is just incredible. Can this be my 10 of Pentacles? I'm not sure, but I'm almost excited about the prospects. I can't see clearly how it's going to turn out yet, but I want to know how it's going to turn out. At the moment, we have achieved 10 of Pentacles. At the moment, we don't have that clarity and vitality and that pure happiness, but it's all sitting right there within. There's a question mark. Is this amazing person, or is this somebody who could be kind of selfish? And, it's like the difference between, is somebody aloof because or are they aloof because they're like, I'm such hot stuff, like I want people to chase me. It could be one or the other, and it's hard to know. I feel like it's too soon to tell, but there's great potential for incredible happiness here. But we start out with the energy of the question mark. Is this person, could this be? Or it could also be the question mark of, am I going to find that? I can almost taste it. I know that I could create this from this perfect job, this perfect relationship, this, everything that I want. I do believe I could have it. But where is it? Is it this? Is it about to blossom into this? So I feel like there's a question mark. We got a Page of Cups in the reverse, and we got a Moon in the reverse. Okay. So far, we haven't either seen the love offer come through, or we haven't seen the apology, or we've been confused by what somebody said. Was that their attempt at apology? Because that was inadequate. Or was that their attempt at an overture of like, hey, are they making romantic overtures? I can't tell. It's like it's starting to, there's this element of, I feel like you're peering into the darkness, and you're like, your curtains out of your way, kind of fumbling in the dark, going, I know that if I can just move these blackout curtains, I'll finally be able to let a little sliver of light in, and it won't make the room quite as dark. And then I'll be able to at least have my eyes, and then I'll be able to see a little bit in this darkness. This is about wanting to have things illuminated, but I feel like there's still confusion. And here we actually have like a document. So this could be a letter. This could be even like, say it's a contract, a job contract, and you're like, I'm going to accept this offer. Could this be everything that I want? Is this a good enough offer? Should I take this? So you're asking yourself some really big questions, the energy that we start with. And you were trying to get to the bottom of it, either trying to understand who this person is. Are they the door that opens up to all of your happiness? Or are they someone that you want to go, that's not a good enough offer? Or, I don't like that they're not like really stepping up in the overture that lets me know what they truly want. And if someone doesn't step up and makes like definite moves toward me, then maybe that is the answer, right? It's like you're trying to, we have the Sun and the Moon. So we do have, like masculine and feminine energy here. We also have like, I would say a lot of power from the universe on this one. This is something important. Let me put it that way. This is an important lesson. This is an important topic. This is an important phase of life. There's something about this entire experience. Finding the answer that makes sense is important, because you're like, I feel like you're so open to having this success that you're focusing on. Is this it? Because I don't want to turn a good thing down, but I also don't want to hope for something that doesn't bear me spending a lot of time and energy like hovering around it, wondering when is it going to blossom for me. Tell me about the moon card. The moon card is the confusion there for me, because the moon in the reverse should be secrets being revealed, but I feel like it's what you're trying to sort out. Like I said, it's like you're in a dark room and you're like, okay, it's too dark in here. There's must be blackout curtains. Let me move the curtains back and let a little bit of twilight in or something so that my eye kind of see, even though nothing is yet. Even if you can see a little bit, you're still not going to have full clarity. You're really looking for it though, because we got that Ace of Swords. You'll come across as somebody who would be very direct. You're like, look, I don't operate on maybes. I operate on this is what I believe. I have conviction. I when I say it, I mean it. When I mean it, I say it. And I want to deal with seas in my life. I want to know an answer so that I can cut my losses and move on if I need to. I got no problem doing that. The truth is the truth, and I'll handle the truth as it is. It's like you're super unafraid of the truth, and some people are terrified of the truth, right? Some people want to live in a state of ambiguity because there's less like maybe responsibility or there's less certainty, so they can hold on to dreams. You're like, what do you mean? Dreams are just, thoughts unless you turn them into reality. You're like a reality maker. That's what I would say. You come across as somebody where you're like, I trust that the divine's going to give me an answer and I'm going to listen for it because I'm welcoming it. You're asking the divine, like, give me the answer so that I can move forward. But in this case, it's like, the reason I say the divine is because that hand is coming out of the sky, holding on to that Ace of Truth. The only thing that I worry about here is, you notice how it jabs into the earth, but then there's all these ice crystals. There is a little bit of I am very like, what's true is true. I'm not a big fan of ambiguity myself, but I will use myself as an example in having an expectation of like, this is true, this is not, and there is no in between. That can make me, I have seen that can make me a little bit overly direct. And I'm a Virgo, so I can be direct anyway. And I have to consciously like soften and look for the right vocabulary, because otherwise I can be a little icy without meaning to. To me, it's just like, what do you mean? What are we wasting time on? That's not true. So let's move on. But this has a little bit of icy quality. And I only bring that up and use me as an example because I never want to be offensive, but I do know that there are layers of, how we accept the truth, or what kind of truth we're looking for and what kind of decisive action we're going to take. And we can do it with a softer hand. We don't always have to use a hammer, right? This is lessons I've learned for my own self. And I'm just mentioning it because those ice crystals make me think of that. So there's a lot to be said for like, hey, let me just get the answer so then I can move forward. So the moon card, you are hungry for the truth. You want to know what is the right move to make. Am I doing this? Am I not? Is this somebody I trust? Is this not? Boy, you come across as beautiful, beautiful. Queen of Wands is super eye-catching, very, very, very attractive, very good being solo. You don't play games. If basically when you want the truth on something so you know which direction not to spend your beautiful energy investing. But we go right back to this Two of Pentacles. Whatever the situation is, it's not quite as cut and dried as what you would like. But you don't chase. You have an enormous amount of self-respect, and that is one of the other beautiful qualities about who you are. It's probably also why you are asking yourself, is this person an emperor or not? Because the Queen of Wands is like, at minimum, they're going to have to be a king if they're going to come toward me, but I'd rather they be an emperor. The queen is like, yeah, I can be an empress like that. That's why I can get with an emperor. Like she has, if this is like a job, it's like, well, I'm not going to take a position that is so far beneath what I'm actually qualified for, because I intend on being, the CEO within 2 years. Like I have my sights set high because I walk in and I already know what I'm competent to do. I already know where my baseline is. And I also know that I don't want a ceiling above me. There is no ceiling on a Queen of Wands. She can do anything. So there's a huge amount of personal power, and you're really very good at, you don't want to operate at a lower vibration. So you're cognizant of that. And that's why it's like, I will give something a fair opportunity, but once I see that that's not going to vibe in that vibration that I sit in, then I'm not going to give it my energy. Something has to come toward me. So you're very much in this vibe of you're going to attract exactly what you want into your world. But this one situation, whatever this is, it's the one thing that keeps bringing you back into like, wait a second, things are requiring me to be a little bit more flexible. And what I really feel like, you notice this is a jester walking on his hands, doing a handstand. This is playful. So there's this element where absolutely you can hold yourself in high esteem. You can look for the truth in something. And when you see that like, I don't know. I don't see something working out exactly the way I want it to. Somebody's not making me the offer that I want. A lover's not coming in, giving me the exact words that I want to hear. They're not showing me that they're trying to invest. I'm not sure yet if it's that they're an emperor who's busy with a lot of other things, or if they're just somebody that I shouldn't be investing in. I don't know. But you don't have to cut them out completely, because you're starting to get an inkling that, hey, if they were going to make a move, they would have. This one time, this one situation could be a little different, where you go, okay, I'm not going to chase, and I'm not going to put in my sweet energy, because this Page of Wands in the reverse is like, I'm not chasing anything down, but I can actually be fun, flirty. And I don't have to be like, okay, I will never contemplate this offer again. If this person did come in later, I wouldn't contemplate it. No, this is actually putting a lighter energy into it, which is interesting, because she's pretty much like, don't come toward me if you're not going to come in with a great offer. But in this case, you're actually kind of like easing into this, saying, you know what, universe, whatever people are going to cross my path, I trust that there's going to be some energetic exchange that could be funny, it could be fun, it could be interesting. I feel like you just take a lighthearted approach. This could be, you're in a real flexible frame of mind is what you shift into, going from like confusion about something to I need decisive answers to, well, just let it play out. It doesn't really impact me one way or the other, because until an offer is actually coming into me, I don't have to make a precise decision. So let me just be more flexible. Let me have more fun with this. Let me just see where this goes. And I feel like it takes all the pressure off. It becomes kind of quirky, kind of comical. I feel like you laugh more. I feel like it's a relaxed state of mind. We got the 3 of Pentacles, and it's in the reverse. You're not over investing anything. When I say that this is in the reverse, what it really is, in the upright, this would be 3 of Pentacles, where like everything is orderly. This is someone's like their, I guess I'll call it a garage, even though it's not really a garage. It's their, they're at their workbench. This is where the entire building has like fallen into disrepair. Somebody is not really, constructing anything in here right now. Well, because you're not going to be the only person who shows up and does all the heavy lifting, right? So instead you're like, whatever, maybe I'll flirt a little here and there, but I'm not reserving a special space, and I'm not putting a ton of time into trying to construct anything. I'm not putting my precious energy into something and saying this needs to be my end all be all, because I don't know how it's going to work out. I'm just kind of like chuckling and being entertained along the way and enjoying what life and what the universe is showing to me right now. I feel like you're taking this step where the Empress, I mean, I know you're showing up as a Queen of Wands, but the Queen of Wands can step right into the Empress energy once something comes toward her that she wants to accept. You're in a position where you basically flip the script and you go, I don't need to figure out what someone else is going to do. They got to show me what they come up with and come toward me. And until they do that, this is all just kind of entertainment for me. Not meaning that you look at people as if they're not valuable or if they're just court jesters for your amusement. No, it's not that at all. It's that you take this lighthearted, easy approach where it's like, well, I'm not going to get overly invested in anything until there's a really good reason to. Now we got the Three of Wands in the upright. Your eyes are on the future, your future. What do you want for you? So you're very focused on like enjoying each step that you take in life and knowing that every day you're going to have a new decision to make. The universe may have tons of other people up ahead for you to meet. So if a situation is not clear to you right now, it's like, that's okay, because I don't know what's around the next bend. Maybe this isn't clear yet because I'm going to meet somebody else or have another job offer or have some other thing that the universe is like, keep moving forward. You don't know what's coming up for you. I want you to see what's up ahead before you make a decision about what you're going to want. Basically, you have the power to manifest whatever you wish, for sure. But there's like, the universe is like, hold on. Don't be so quick to say that you want to invest in anything until you see what's still up ahead. And enjoy the step-by-step process. We got an 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. We got a 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. We got a 10 of Swords in the, basically like, this is on ice right now. He's all iced over. We're not thawing out. We're all iced over. Something is not equal, not balanced. That's why it's not right now. This can't happen right now. We have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, it's going to thaw out later, but it's not, I keep talking about how it's like you're kind of in a really dark room. And even if you find a way to open curtains, it still is going to be twilight. So you're not going to have great lighting yet. We got to wait until the sun comes out. And now we know we need the sun to thaw things out. So basically, whatever the situation is right now, it's a situation where you already know you're not going to do all the heavy lifting on something. When you invest, you'll give it your all, but only with a partner who gives it their all as well. If this is a situation where someone couldn't be all in right now, it's better that this thing stays frozen on a block of ice for the time being. I feel like this is representing the Emperor. I feel like this is maybe you know that you deserve a raise, or you know that you deserve something, because this could be about money. That's why I bring up things about work right now. Pentacles can talk about money. You know that you deserve that, but if something isn't happening quite yet, it may be because just up ahead, they're going to offer you something a lot better than a small raise. Maybe there's a new department opening up and they want you to lead that instead, or if this is about that Emperor and it's a potential love interest, if someone is in a place where they seem distracted, what I would say is this sideways looks like it's a distracted energy. That's what I thought right from the beginning. There's a distraction in the thing that you deserve to have, but it can't come in right now. That's why the encouragement is to keep looking toward the future. And right now, keep lighthearted. Trust that things are on a schedule where the universe doesn't want you to accept less than what you're worth. And they don't want you to be stressed out going, well, why can't I have this right now? And it's like, if you came over to my house and I was baking you a cake, or we'll go with brownies. I really like brownies. And I said, I'm making you brownies. And you were like, excellent, I'd like one. And I said, well, it's still batter right now. And you said, no, I want my brownie now. I would only serve you a bowl of goo unless I can finish baking it first. And that's kind of what this is. You have unbaked brownie, which frankly, I love brownie goo. So I would probably be the person that you'd have to like duct tape to a chair to keep me from getting into the oven and eating my unbaked brownie goo. But that's me, right? But the universe doesn't want you to be like me. They want you to make sure that you get something that is basically all of this in the reverse, right? something that someone can really give to a connection, something that doesn't have blockages, something where there's equal energy. Somebody has closed out their own difficult cycles. They're thawing out. Their conversation is free flowing. They're lighthearted. They're fun. This is like, at some point, everything's going to flow really smooth. But in the meantime, it's on ice for a reason. It's because you're being encouraged to look toward the future and plan the future while enjoying your present and not getting frustrated at all if something hasn't arrived just yet. And I do still point out that idea of looking for truth and clarity, yes, but don't be too quick to say, okay, if this isn't happening, then I'm cutting this person out. I'm not going to think of them. It's more like right now is a better time to be more flexible, keep it lighthearted and fun, not frustrated, not feeling like, okay, well, they're not giving me a raise, I got to bounce then. Maybe not. Maybe there's something even better coming. I mean, certainly always, I'm not trying to give you advice. Do what is right for you, of course. But there is something about fun and flexibility and not being too rigid and making a judgment call right now when there may be some things that change on down the road in the future. So anyway, that's what I've got. I don't know if that'll make any sense. I'm sorry that got a little bit lengthy, but I wish you absolutely nothing but the best. If there's anything inspirational or anything that is fun in that storyline for you, awesome, take it. And if not, cast it to the wind, right? It's just art at the end of the day, right? So I wish you nothing but happiness though. And thank you so much again for being a part of my world. Bye. Take care.